Will you walk me through what the big picture strategy is? I mean, is it just about you call it the antenna business? What really is the business plan for this?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, the big picture is to change to some degree the centricity of what have been closed systems to an open internet system. The platform of Aereo, it's a platform which allows you to get free over-the-air broadcast. If you don't like cable, paying $150 or so a month for services, if you don't happen to have to not live without ESPN, if those are true for you as a consumer, being able to watch all of the free broadcast, all the events, all of the local television stations for $8 a month is an alternative.
So will you eventually create content, create channels of your own on there?
Look, I think we're in this not that long radical revolution. We are only beginning it in video. It just started a few years ago because the bandwidth wasn't enough until a few years ago to allow you to get rich video. Now that you've got that, the centricity is going to shift to the internet. Because, I mean, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a satellite connection with a set-top box, a cable box, another box, a DVR box, or would you rather have one wire connects you to high-speed bandwidth and be able to get the enormous optionality of the internet?
Obviously, the broadcasters think this is a terrible idea, and they think it's an illegal idea. Litigation, it's working its way through the courts. You'll get through one batch, and there's likely, as you expand, to be another. Do you think this big business ultimately is so big and so lucrative that it's worth the continual hassle of the litigation that's likely to continue?
I don't know. I can't answer that because there are conditions where if a certain amount, 10 million, 20 million U.S. households utilize this platform, that will be very profitable. But this is not done because I think, oh, here's a gold mine, I can plant my little flag on it. I'm doing it because, to me, the ability to get the world to utilize the internet for all its information, its entertainment, its news, its video, to me, is a big shift. So, and I understand broadcasters, of course. Look, no incumbent wants anyone in. That is a absolute unbreakable rule.
But is it so much that they don't want anyone in, or they want to be compensated for the broadcast signals that are now on your antennas?
The truth is, yes, except the thing is that the settled law of the U.S. is that if you have an antenna, broadcasters must provide a signal that you can receive without any interference. That is the right of Americans who gave licenses to broadcasters for zero. That's the covenant. All we're doing is providing a technological method for them to receive them. So, I mean, this whole idea, look, broadcasters, me included, not really me included, because it was broadcasters, movie studios, etc., in 1972 or 3 said that the video recorder was literally an illegal thing. And they went to the Supreme Court. And of course, we all enjoy video recorders and all of that. So I'm not...
Okay, so again, I mean, you're working Aereo through this legal loophole. Talk to me a little bit about your...
It's not a legal loophole. It's a right.
Your right is somebody else's legal loophole. But your former boss and longtime colleague Rupert Murdoch is taking this threat seriously enough that he threatened to pull Fox off. Is he bluffing?
I don't. You know what? I think what they're doing is making a lot of noise in the hopes that they'll get relief from Congress. That's actually what I think they're doing. I don't think they see Aereo as a, quote, threat, but what they are nervous about, and rightfully so, is the shifting ground underneath them as it becomes more and more difficult to justify ever-increasing cable fees, satellite fees. as programmers and operators want more and more money, and there are more and more programs, as that closed circle becomes ever more pricey, there are going to be chinks in that armor if the technology which now allows it will allow it. So I understand their general nervousness. My attitude always has been to jump into something that looks very difficult and that is against against the morning line, against what people think will succeed. And, plant my little foot. Sometimes it gets kicked.
Yeah, because that's what everybody says about you, planting your little foot.
Sometimes it gets kicked, and sometimes, it kicks through.